So AI is taking over anime. There's an anime coming out that is 95% being done by AI, and a lot of people are not happy. But if you ask me, this could be a good thing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, as you can see here, Frontier Works and Caca Creation. And if you speak Spanish, you already know what Caca means. So we're not going to talk about that. But they're making an anime, Twins HinaHima AI anime, which essentially is an anime that's, I believe, 95% of it is being made by AI. It's going to come out in spring 2025. And don't judge me by my recommended videos. Most of it is my son. He likes to watch vacuum videos and, Roblox. This is me right here. I've been listening to arcane music for a minute. But I digress. We're talking about AI and anime. Now, I'm not going to go over the whole article because, you can do that yourself. But yeah, more than 95% of the cuts are being made with anime AI, and a person will make the final edits, kind of like, checking everything over, make sure that everything looks right. But, this poster was made by AI. And again, most of the anime is going to be made by AI. Now, a lot of people, again, they're not happy with this. A lot of people, for some reason, they really don't like AI. And honestly, I think this is a good thing. Not only is it a good thing for like individual creators, like imagine somebody that knows how to draw, knows how to do all this kind of stuff, but they just don't have the power to, make an anime because it is a lot of work. It takes a lot of people. Like, of course, I know there's an argument out there that, AI is going to destroy artists and their career. But if you look at the world like that, then you must really hate everything about technology, right? Like, imagine going back to the Industrial Revolution, right? Where a lot of the labor was being done by humans manually. And you compare it to how we are now, where a lot of machines are doing a lot of that work. Are you going to argue that we were better off back then than when we are now, right? Like when you look at something like, for example, a really good example of this, for example, like Blockbuster, are you going to argue that we were better off back then than how we are now with streaming websites and the convenience that it is? Of course not. I hope nobody actually tries to argue that because that would honestly be insane. Like, yes, I can sympathize with people because let's also be real. This is going to have an effect in the market. AI will definitely take some jobs away from people. But a lot of people are making it seem like AI is going to be a replacement for all human beings and that all humans are going to lose their job and nobody's going to have anything to do. No. A human is going to have to sit here and verify and check and make sure that everything is correctly. So artists are not going to lose their job in the next day, right? They're still going to be needed to validate all of this stuff. And honestly, an artist will be able to use the tool better than somebody like me that I have no idea how to draw or do any of this stuff, right? So I think it's a little confusion that people are just looking at this like the end of the world, when instead they should be looking at AI as a tool to help them improve. Because the way I'm looking at this, just imagine, right? Before YouTube existed, your main form of like entertainment was literally, TV, right? Like that's it. Then, of course, the internet came around and we had millions of people just rushing to the internet, making videos, content creators. And I'm pretty sure some of your most favorite anime or just content creators in general, they're from YouTube, right? Well, guess what? They're there because the internet and YouTube gave them that platform to do that. And AI can be used in the same way. Now imagine if one person, a real talented artist, can actually use AI to make their own anime. And it'll be like a YouTube thing where no company has rights to it, where no company is, doing things, censoring, and so on and so on and so on, because the person who created it just used an AI tool to essentially enhance his own work, be able to, like this anime is doing, do 95% of the work. Because again, to make an anime is really labor intensive, right? So I'm looking at the positive side of things while a lot of people are focusing on the negative. And I honestly do think when it comes to AI, the positive outweighs the negative, right? Like again, I'm sure that a lot of people are they're scared that they might lose their job, and rightly so, right? But that's the thing with technology. every time new technology is created, every time technology pushes something forward, people are going to lose their job because that's the way it is, right? That's the way that everything works. But it's supposed to do it in a way that's better, right? And I definitely do see the potential in this. Now, regarding this anime, is the anime gonna be good? Probably not. You know, I mean, I tried to look up the TikToker that this anime is based off of, and I couldn't find it. Maybe it's a Japanese thing. I don't know. I couldn't find it. But yeah, I mean, I don't think this anime is gonna be great, and not because it's being made by AI, right? But because it just doesn't seem interesting to me, right? Like, maybe imagine if like Ufotable was trying to make like an anime original that's gonna be more like a shonen, more like an action battle shonen or action anime, and they used AI. I would really love to see that project, right? But something like this, not so much. One, I really don't watch too many animes like this. I've rarely ever watched stuff like this. And I'll probably check episode 1 out just to see how it looks, how it is, how it compares to other animes, just so I can like start seeing, right? Because I definitely do feel like in the future, AI is going to start making more anime. And honestly, I'm excited for it. I only see this as a positive thing. But if you disagree, let me know in the comments why you don't like AI. Why do you hate it so much? Again, I know I'm in the extreme minority when it comes to this type of thinking. Again, I've seen, the Reddit posts, I've seen the Twitter posts, everybody that's talking about this, they're not talking about it in a good way. They're only talking about the bad. Everybody's focusing with the bad. And again, for me, I think this is a win. I think this is only going to help like small creators, small people that just can't. I mean, imagine, somebody that wants to make their own anime, but they don't have the money, they don't have the studios, they don't have the people, they don't have nothing to help them do that, right? Just, have you guys seen the fan-made animation of like the Jujutsu Kaisen Sukuna versus Gojo, and how cool that looks? And only one or a couple of people make that. Now, I'm not saying that we need to use AI to essentially make scenes of popular manga, right? Because you're getting into copyright infringement there. But just imagine the potential that if somebody made those fan-made animations, imagine what they could do with AI. They will get pretty close to the real thing. And again, I don't think that's a bad thing. As long as it's being used right, it's being used correctly, and it's being used by the right people. Again, I think AI should be a tool used by artists, and it shouldn't be something that replaces them, right? Especially with the way it is right now. Maybe in 10, 15, 20 years, AI will be good enough to replace all artists around the world, which I doubt. Because again, you're still going to need that human touch at the end of it. You're going to need that last verification of a human. But let me know what you think. And like always, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode. Peace out.